Hello, everybody. Welcome back to DND404. I am your DM, Tony, and joined with me today are the other three actors in our DND404 movie. Fellas, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourselves, starting with the method actor, Jared.
What's going on, guys? Armos checking in. If I had someone that was going to play my character, I feel like it'd be an injustice if it wasn't... why am I blanking on his name all of a sudden? Oh my God.
Didn't you just look it up?
Yeah, no, I didn't look it up. I was driving in the car and I was like, oh yeah, it's definitely this person. Hang on. Will
Arnett?
No. Why am I I'm blanking so hard on this.
William Dafoe?
Liam Neeson.
Liam Neeson?
Liam Neeson. But Liam Neeson is from the Key and Peele. That's why I'm having such a hard time with it. Liam Neeson is like an amazing skit. But anyways, that's why I was having such a hard time. All right. I have a certain set of skills. Getting his dog back, I think it would just be, it'd be great. Yeah.
Oh, it'd either be that or Neo from The Matrix.
I know. I thought Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, Keanu Reeves.
Would have been too, you know what I mean?
On the nose.
He's too like monotone.
Lethargic. Yeah, he's very lethargic. But I am Dan, and I play Minnis PebbleWalker, your tiny little swarm keeper ranger, and I am the John C. Reilly of this D&D 404 movie.
What?
What? He played Wreck-It Ralph?
He plays it's Step Brothers.
You don't say that.
The guy from Step Brothers?
I forgot his name. Yes.
I forgot his name.
You can tell all of us Googled that real quick. Hang on.
I forgot his name.
Like, hang on.
I probably know this guy.
That's out of pocket, dog.
What? He's amazing. Yes, Wreck-It Ralph.
I think it works. I think it works great.
Yeah, as far as like acting goes, I think it's spot on for someone that would play Minnis. If I'm going based off of I guess like tone, I would have said Tom Holland. So innocent.
That's a good one.
But no, voice-wise, John C. Reilly for sure. I was not ready for the emptiness. The beat so there. Funny. Usually I say John C. Reilly and people are like, I love John C. Reilly.
No, I do. I thought I like a lot of his movies. I just couldn't think of it. Like I'm
I couldn't think of the name real quick. I was so caught up. I was expecting you to say a different actor that I drew a blank.
Oh, how about you, Drell?
Yeah, my name is Alec. I play Drell of the Ashborn, and I think this is really hard because Drell has very distinct like voice type, but in an animated series, I think it would probably be played by Henry Cavill. Just gonna go with it because the Witcher voice is pretty similar.
Yep.
That's honestly where I'm like leaning in with that. You know, my heart wants to say Pete Davidson because I think that'd be super funny, but I'm gonna go with Henry Cavill.
I was expecting Batista.
See, that's a 2 on it.
Two
like
on
that's
nose.
because he played Drax, and it's just like very, very the same.
Drax is gray, Drell's gray. It's the same character at that point, right?
Well, Drax is like red, right?
Well,
tan.
I don't know.
If
Depends on the lighting.
He's invisible.
Nothing would go over his head. He would catch it.
What about you, Tony?
My heart wants to say Jack Black, but reality wants to say Danny DeVito.
So I started blasting.
And then the trash man comes out. Roll initiative. That's just how I feel that would go down.
Oh, man.
It's a good one.
But yeah, now you know the deal. Before we get into the recap, we're going to go ahead and do the rundown. And today's rundown is brought to you by...
Starts with a J.
Brought to you by Jared.
Hey, that's me. All right. I don't know if you guys have seen, but we've updated our website recently. You guys should go check it out. DND404.com. You can get everything that's ever related to our podcast. You can listen to the episodes up there. You can check out the merch. By the way, new merch coming soon. Be ready. And also, we're going to be trying to update new blogs. Fun stuff all around. Go check it out. DND404.com.
Or .ca if you're in Canada.
Or 404pod.com.
True.
Now you know the deal. I'm going to go ahead and roll a giant rubber foam D4 that was half eaten by my bunnies. Where I'm number 1, 2 is Alec, 3 is Dan, and 4 is Jared. And the only reason why I paused is because I was choking on my water. How you doing? All right, here we go. I'm going to go ahead and roll it. Is there any specific way you would like me to roll it?
Give it a good headbutt towards the door.
What a headbutt.
That was pretty good.
All right.
Except your microphone's in
mic.
the way. Love it. Love it. You know why?
Guessing that's
I can tell it's not me.
Goodness.
It's Dan.
I'm buying him a new D4. Hasn't been him in ages.
No, it has to be the one
whoa.
eaten
There's a
by the
reason
rabbits.
he's still rolling on this chewed D4.
It's the one since the first time we did it.
Next campaign. Next campaign.
No, maybe next campaign. Yeah, next year.
Somebody send us a new giant rubber D4 because ours is looking a little bloodied.
Whoa,
If we're
it's
using
looking
D&D terms.
fine, dude. It's looking fine.
Okay. Well,
Yo, it's got character now. Okay?
Exactly.
it does. It
Yo,
does.
we
It's
could
got battle
auction it
scars.
off for charity if we ever got a new one. How great would that be?
Oh, that's a great idea. I'm gonna do this like I'm watching golf. Last time on the battlefield, we are gonna see that Armos is going to put his book on the last big old Bloodshard vein that was on the back of the island that was connected to Hydra. Yes, it looks like he did it, John. That's right. He did a good hit on there. And it looks like he soaked up all the blood shards. But unbeknownst to his group, he went into Balloon. And after all, looks like he's... Yes. Unfortunately, the bridge is finished. That's going to be deductions on Armos's points for this side of the campaign, but he does come out and doesn't tell anybody as they all decide to float or teleport. Perhaps teleporting's not the right way to go here, John. No, I think maybe that spell slot could have been used later. Perhaps that may be foreshadowing, but at the end of the day, Drell decided to race Minnis. Didn't quite beat Minnis, but very, very close, racing on his own accord, not even floating with SIDS like Minnis did. And Minnis and Drell are going to get par. That's right. Par as they make it to the beach. And oh my goodness, we had a pretty grand opening as Minnis transforms back into a short self. Looks like Numi is actually going to like this. Yeah, Numi likes it on the course, so we're pretty happy with that. Golf claps, golf claps, golf claps. And yes, that's great, but oh no, oh, we have a streaker on the field, a Christo coming into the course. Looks like he's going to throw some magic around, almost killing Numi. That could have been bad for the scoreboard there, but looks like Minnis is going to get her out of there, so that's good. Oh, yikes. Looks like Drell does go down and die, and oh, Minnis gets held. Looks like we thought this streaker was going to be taken out pretty quick, but no, they have a pretty good stroke here, and they're going to give Minnis some crazy visions and turn that rabbit into a little shard. That's not what you like to see, folks. Well, I'll see you on the next 18 holes tomorrow on DND404. Bard, why don't you play us out into commercial?
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, and welcome to the world of Humbrea, featuring 3 first-time adventurers and 1 very patient DM. This is D&D 404. Fellas, boyos, welcome to session 98. We pick up today's session on the Sandlow beaches, just shortly after your first brutal encounter with the Christo himself. Arriving just moments after the party had defeated the false Hydra, with nothing short of a moment's respite, Christo comes and absolutely unleashes hell upon the 3 of you. Right now, currently, Drell is dead from a power word kill. Minnis, you are let go and no longer bound. And Armos, you are now looking down at the floor where you see Reginald now turned into some sort of shard resembling that of an Acrylis shard. And your tome is next to him, but the tome does not have a gem socketed in it anymore. It is empty. You still have your spells in there. However, the tome does not seem to be powered by anything. As the two of you are on the beach, next to Drell's lifeless body, what are you doing?
Armos, what happened?
What just happened?
I don't know. Drell. And I rush over, kicking stand up, crawling over and tripping over myself. Drell, wake up. Drell, sit, we gotta do the thing. Oh my god, quick. I put the feather on Drell's chest and I get all the SIDS around Drell as well, just for some extra juice. And I'm going to cast a 3rd level Revivify on Drell.
A 3rd level Revivify. Yeah, so when you run over, you trip over his body, for sure notice that there is no pulse. And as you go to touch his body, it turns over, it does not react. Or you know for sure that Drell is dead, and you cast Revivify. And then we're gonna pan over to Drell. Drell, you appear in an empty shadowscape with a single beam of light shining onto you. Nothing is around you but empty darkness. Then a heavy presence enters into your view. The figure of a large dragon's head with scarred blue scales with a battle-hardened expression. Drell, you once again face Edgar the Unyielding. And as he lets out a low, deep growl as his breath from his dragon nostrils blow onto you, he speaks lowly in his draconic voice. Another loss, I see. Sometimes muscle and anger isn't enough to overcome strong magics.
I think Drell in this moment is just kind of still surprised by what happened. So I think he's just kind of not putting his head down, but he's very like silent and like in his thoughts right now of like trying to figure out, because he agrees, right? He's like, Drell thinks he's not super powerful, but he's, not weak, but he was still able to just be, as the kids would say, 0 to 100 to 0. So I think he's kind of just like feeling the moment right now and just like trying to take it all in and realizing what's happening.
And as you stand in front of him and these feelings are now waving over you, crashing onto your mind, you see that more of his body comes into view, and you've never really seen his full body before, as he's like almost circling around you, looking at you. And you notice that you have the scars from your previous battle, from the Hydra, from a Christo. And where your heart is, you see like this black moldy scar over your heart from the power word kill. It looks like your heart had stopped and it's now leaving this visage of a physical wound where your heart would be. And as he circles you, you notice the more of the blue dragon's body, and a lot of his scales are removed. You see damaged muscle tissue and large like wounds from countless weapon attacks. His wings are absolutely shredded. It looks like he couldn't fly if he wanted to anymore. And as his slow, large, heavy footsteps circle you, he asks you, he goes, "Tell me, you were felled by a simple word. What makes you think you could take on that who possesses the power of gods?"
I think at this moment, Drell just stays silent because he doesn't really have anything to say. And he's like trying to, I guess, come to terms with everything that's happening. Because, yeah, I mean, Drell is not magical, so he's not wrong, because Drell understands how powerful magic is. But, because he sees Minnis with it, he sees Armos with it. I mean, he even sees like Reginald with it, Sid with it, and then, he doesn't have it. And it's like, that's his not main weakness, but it's a flaw in Drell's mind, on the battlefield, that he doesn't have magical powers either. So I think he's just kind of remaining silent and just, not really saying anything.
And as you stand there and you reflect on these thoughts, Edgar's face comes into view, and you see that he's reading you, and his face is, although always angry, more of an understanding to you. He goes, "Your father and your father's father always thought they could muscle their way through the world. Such is the Ashe-born way." And he continues to circle. And then as he comes into your view again, he stops and he looks at you. He goes, "Your father Brax was the only one of your clan that ever surprised me, slaying Frostoon. A moment finally worth of my power and capability. And then he looks like he looks down at you and sizes you up. And as he says that, the light that is shining on you, that is illuminating the small space you stand in front of this large dragon, shines a bit brighter. Looks like someone is looking out for you, Ashborn. Go, leave me, son of Brax, son of Godslayers. And then you come to, you're back on the beach, you get that gasp of air as Minnis is kneeling over you as all the Sids are trying to concentrate their power onto you, and you sit up in a rapid burst of energy as now your lungs are once again filled with air, and it's almost like piercing daggers within your chest as your lungs suddenly inflate.
Yeah, you see Minnis was about to do CPR. He was so worried.
Oh my god.
Drell!
Oh my god.
He's alive!
What happened? What happened?
You died.
Where's the Christo?
Yeah.
He's gone.
This didn't go. Oh god. Drell, we did not win that fight.
Well, where's Numi? Is she okay?
I think she's fine. I sent her back. She went to the village, so she should be fine.
Where's Reginald?
About that. And I hold up, in one hand is the shard, and then in the other hand is the book that's definitely altered now.
Okay, so I missed a lot, huh?
Yes. Guys, he showed me a vision when I was restrained. He showed me a vision of Flora slaughtering my clanmates.
Yeah, but is that, like, I don't know, could that be like a false image that he's putting in your head?
It's gotta be. It's gotta be. She would never do something like that. He's controlling her or something. There's no way she would do that. There's no way.
Yeah.
Minnis looks around and he looks towards the village or the city of Sanlo. Listen, we can maybe talk about this tonight, but we need to make sure the town's okay. I'm gonna go check on the town, okay?
Yeah, we need to get rested up, healed up, I don't know what is going on with that gash in your chest, but we need to fix that. Yeah, we need to get out of here in case something else happens. Armos is very cautious of anything now moving. Like, kind of terrified of that something's gonna come along and clean us up.
Melora, lend Drell your aura, and I cast Healing Word at 4th level on Drell. Or Cure Wounds. So
With a 4th level Cure Wounds, you receive some healing. When you go to check your body, you look at your heart, and like in your vision, you had something on your chest, but it's not this black moldy husk scar that you saw, but you do see a very nasty scar where your heart is on your chest, and the scar resembles like very sloppy, hastily, like if someone tried to do an emergency heart transplant on you. Almost like a giant X, but like the center of it is very blotty, and a large X has come down where it kind of looks cool across your abs and the rest of your chest, but like the center of it looks very botched.
Does it look like it was magically done?
The scar is physical, but you know that what killed you was magical. When the last thing you remember feeling before hitting the floor after Christo used the spell was your heart suddenly stopping in place.
all right, Drell, let's get you some bandages. All right, let's get into the city.
All right. And I guess Drell slowly gets up.
So the three of you get up as you look out to the ocean, and you see that the sand and some of the water is still bloodstained, but it's slowly washing away. It is quickly turning to night because you guys were fighting at dusk, and the sun is now setting over the island as you head towards the city of Sanlo. Armos, you're holding Reginald's gem and your tome, and you're flipping through the pages, and you still feel a connection with your tome. You have a connection with your abilities, but you know that they are currently dampened. You don't feel like you have a strong connection with your abilities. You know, as a warlock, being doing this many times over, that without the pact of a demon, a lot of your abilities are not as effective or simply don't work, and there's certain abilities that only work when you have a pact. For example, Eldritch Blast. You don't feel like you can use Eldritch Blast right now. And as you flip through the pages, some of the spells resonate just fine. And then specifically any spell that comes from pact magic, when you look mechanically, when you look at a spell, if it says pact magic on it, those are spells granted by your patron. Any magic spell that you try to use, you feel like you have a weak connection to. Any pact magic. And every time you try to cast one of these spells, you will need to roll a D100 for an unknown outcome.
Wow.
You feel a connection with the gem. You do sense Reginald within it. However, that evilness that you've always sensed is not really there anymore. You sense his presence, but you don't sense his overwhelming radiant evilness that always emanated from him.
Okay. And it's more of a Krilla shard. It's not just a blood shard, right?
It looks like a blood shard, but has that shape of an Aquila shard. That very distinct, unique shape. So it looks more like the gem fits in your hand rather than like a small blood shard. It's very jagged, very sharp looking, very rough around the edges.
Would you say it has like 7 points?
Does not have 7 points.
Oh, no.
And the three of you walk to town. Outside its gates, you approach the city of Sanlo through its port side entrance, and you see that a lot of its boats are crashed onto the dock. You remember that while fighting the False Hydra, when the island came crashing down into the ocean, it let off a large tidal wave, like a small tsunami that crashed over the island and onto the city. And you see that the city's defenses and walls are knocked over. They are very weakened and damaged. And as you walk through the main gate of the city, it's a similar... the city is still standing. However, you can see that the city's taking significant water damage. You see minotaurs running around. You see them trying to keep buildings that are about to fall, trying to hold them up from falling. You see one of the boats from the port is like crashed in the center of the town over one of the big fountains. You see that there's a lot of shipwreck rubble that is washed ashore. There's like 1 or 2 boats that are somehow, by the grace of God, still floating by the docks, but the docks are mostly destroyed. And there's like fruits, vegetables, cracks all over the floor, like almost as if a small earthquake happened. And people are running around. You also see some of the guards wrangling some of the dino herd that may have escaped because their fences got knocked down. And then you hear some like commotion of various smaller problems, like the dinosaurs have gotten out. We need to gather the herd. The crops are completely saturated. And then you hear some families like, oh, our house was knocked over. We need to make sure everybody's okay. We need to go get our belongings. And everybody dealing with their own personal problems. 3 of you are in Sanlo. What would the 3 of you like to do from this point?
Yeah, Minnis is immediately going to spend as much time as possible helping the injured.
Okay, we can absolutely do that. So you go ahead and you start helping out some of the injured people. You see that they're being lined up over by the Great Library. You see that like some emergency cots are being put out. They're like pushing some of the shipwreck out of the way. You see that the lake that was next to the Great Library is like a lot of the water has been removed from it, from the tidal wave, like maybe pushing it out. But then you see that the Great Library is now being used, because it's one of the largest buildings in the city, as a refugee camp almost, or a place that people can go to get refuge if their homes were knocked down. And that's where they also have their injured parties. So you head over to the Great Library and you start lending your hand, and they're allowing you to do it.
Yeah. I can cast 2 Revivifies if I need to. He's sparing the dying on a lot of minotaurs and any other folk that happen to be in the taverns at the time, and can offer 3 spells of healing if needed.
Yeah, so you definitely heal people. There's no dead, but there are people who are really close to it, so your spare the dying does come in handy here, and your clerical abilities shine through. Armos, Drell, is there anything the 2 of you would like to do?
I think Drell tries to help as much as he can, but seeing how he just died, he feels like he also needs to try to see if he can get some medical help. But like, I guess on his way there and stuff, he does want to, like help people along and like move them in the right direction and stuff. Like he wants to help as much as he can, but he's obviously pretty hurt. So
you make your way over to the Great Library, and as you do, as you walk through the marketplace to get to the building, as minutes rushed ahead, you notice that you cough up this black blood.
Okay.
You eat a root and you continue on your way, and it stops your coughing, and you get to the Great Library to seek some medical attention. Of course, Minnis is there helping you, and after about an hour of laying down, you feel as good as you're gonna get until you take a long rest of some kind. So if anybody wants, we'll say this downtime, you could take a short rest right now.
Right.
But there's too much going on to take a long rest at the moment.
Yeah, I'll take a short rest as I'm tending to people.
Seeing Minnis so being helpful around triggers Armos to try to help, and I help as best I can.
So you help some of the people out. And as you're walking around the city while Minnis is off by the Great Library, you do notice something. You notice that where the broken statue of Pharos is, there are some elders circling it, and it looks like they've lit a vigil for Pharos.
I want to question them.
You walk over, and before asking any questions, you do see that a lot of the elder minotaurs that can't really help out, they have their heads bowed down and they're offering a moment of silence, and they're saying some quiet prayers to themselves to the broken statue of Pharos. And there are some candles lit, and there are some flowers laid about, and you see that they're praying to the statue.
I try to look for a person that maybe just got done praying or is like maybe walking over to it and ask them, I thought you didn't like this statue. What, it's in pieces. Why all of a sudden is everyone caring about it?
You see one of the elder minotaurs starts talking to you. It's like a flood of memories washed over us. It's like as the sun was setting, we heard this loud roar, and almost like a lifetime worth of memories just recalled to us. Deja vu of people that we've never met, encounters that we've never had, memories we've never shared with one another, all of a sudden flooding our old minds, and talking with some of the other people. They seem to have the same experiences, and then visions of monsters eating our friends and family. And you see that he gets really sad as a tear drips down onto his fur. And then Pharos, I can't believe we turned our backs on him all this time. It's like I didn't even know he existed yesterday. And he looks back at the statue, and you're realizing from your experience that everybody that was affected by the false Hydra had like their memories wiped. And once you killed it, everybody got those memories back. Everybody is now realizing what's happened, and Armos, you understand that they were persuaded by an entity far greater than them to act a certain way, and one of the outcomes was to disown any gods they believed in, and Pharos was one of them, in a town that loved Pharos, and they are no longer succumbed to the drone of the false Hydra, to its curse.
Realizing like, okay, the ramifications of everything that we just did, I just let them be in peace and deal with their emotional state as we keep picking up pieces.
You lend your hand the best you can to the rest of the city. Although you're not one for being religious, Armos, you do understand that this is a very tough moment for a lot of people in this town. Being bested, like you can sympathize with these people that they were succumbed to something beyond their control, and you lend your helping hand. Now we're gonna say about an hour passes from the three of you helping the town, and you take a short rest. So you gain the benefits of a short rest. And as the sun finally sets over the mountains, it is now nighttime, and people start lighting torches, and things seem to settle down. Although there's an immense sadness that each of you can tell throughout the city of San Luis, people are now remembering vivid memories of the Hydra eating the townsfolk. Like all these things are rushing back into their mind, and people are remembering family members that they never knew they had. Everyone is like trying to console each other. Everybody in the town is going through it. A few moments pass, and Minnis, you are greeted by Numi as Numi rushes into the Great Library, and she's out of breath as she tries to, excuse me, Minnis.
Oh, Numi, hey.
As she looks for you, she goes, where are you? As she can't see you because you're so short.
I'm down here.
So, oh, and she hugs you.
I'm short now. Oh,
I'm so glad you're okay. Who was that?
someone really bad knew me. Someone really, really bad. It's something that we're gonna have to take care of, Numi. No, not you. Not you. We've been dealing with a lot of things like this. Do you know who a Christo is, Numi?
No, I don't. Wait. Thoughts rush into her mind, and you see her eyes like dilate for a second, like she's now realizing that she has. She goes, yeah, isn't that like a legend of like somebody who came here? Like that's.
I just stare at her with soulless eyes.
He came to San Lo before us. And she now recalls the events that like you were taught as a child, like 150 years ago he came. And she also recalls a similar, another event that like she may have heard when she was younger. She's slightly older than you, maybe like 2 or 3 years. And like was told stories about how he came again to San Lo. And then like from when she was really young. And then that memory was washed away. And she goes, yeah, no, he's a monster.
Yeah, he is.
She sits down on one of the empty beds.
Numi, do you know anything about Furlos now that you have your memories back?
The blacksmith?
Polos.
Pharaohs?
Pharaohs, my goodness. Pharaohs.
Yeah, Pharaohs was the god of luck. He was, oh, and then like she immediately, like, wide-eyed, you have to come with me.
Okay.
And she takes your hand and she runs out of the great library and she runs
Drell,
over.
I'll be back, don't die.
Okay. I'll try not to.
She takes your hand and she runs out of the great library and she heads to her shop. And she runs over into her shop and she goes, I realized, I just remembered that I found this compartment underneath the desk, and then it was from the previous owner. She goes over, she goes, I found this before and I figured you'd be interested with the contents inside from the names you were asking me earlier. As you see that she's under the desk and you look and watch her, there's a secret compartment under the desk attached like into the foundation of those wooden walls. And she opens it up and there's a box inside, small little letter box, maybe about a couple inches deep, meant to hold like letters and maybe like a letter opener, small items. And she opens it and she goes, I found these. And there are painted pictures inside. And she shows you a picture, and it's a picture of Pharaohs standing on a stool in the middle of 2 other people. On the right is Titus, and on the left is Mira, pregnant, your mother, and they're all happy with large mugs. Like they have like large mugs of ale, and Mira is holding a white lily, similar to the one that you picked in your dream. She's holding that in her hands, and the 3 of them are taking a picture together, and they're very happy and they're smiling. And the picture looks magical in a way. This was how it was created, but it was a very fond moment between the 3 of them. And on the back, it says celebration of our darling Minnis.
This is a lot, and I fall over.
She goes, yeah, I saw this before and I saw your name and there's like some of these photos in here and like a
Minnis is
symbol.
passed out.
A Minnis? Hey, Minnis? And she like
What?
shakes you.
Did I fall? What happened? I
Passed out.
I thought for a second my mom was preggers with me and another goat god.
Yeah, she shows you the picture again.
I passed out again.
The 3 or 4 times of you passing out. Yeah. She goes, but there's like, Pharaohs was, we called him the god of luck because he helped our town out a lot, in the past. That's what the stories have told us. But there's more to this. And she shows you another picture, and it's of Pharaohs, but it's not of your mother or Titus, your father. It's a picture of Pharaohs, Fargnarthnost, Para, Treus, and Duncan. And it's them of when they're much younger and they're adventuring together. Or it looks like a picture of an adventuring party. You recall from Fargnarthnost how you originally got here that he knew Para, and like they used to be a part of the same adventuring party.
There it is. There's the party we've been waiting for.
And then you see that there's a signet, almost like a pin of a group. And it's the same symbol, the one that Treus had on his armor back in the city of Dilmore. Same one that Para also has.
Yeah.
showing that they were a part of this group, and it looks like they have formed their own alliances and have like a moment with each other.
Oh wow.
She goes, yeah, I guess from like this is Pharos' shop. How it passed down to my family, I'm not sure, but Pharos owned this place.
Oh God, this isn't like a Luke and Leia situation, is it?
That's exactly
We're not
what I was
related,
thinking.
are we?
Oh wait, I'm not here. Sorry.
I don't see the. She holds the picture up of Pharos and like looks at you, and she goes, "You kind of have the same horns. But you're You're one of us. You're a Minotaur."
Yep, I should. Well, yeah, I am. Getting a little dizzy as I'm looking at the photo. I touch my horns. Wow, it does look very similar. I always thought my hooves were a little weird.
You are kind of goatish.
Damn.
Damn.
Oh, was that bad? Okay, I'm sorry. Serious moment. So she makes the connection with like your name, and she goes, "Well, I guess these are your parents." And she points to Titus and Mira.
Yes. That's my dad. That's my dad. No, I'm very confused right now, Mira. I'm sorry. Do me. See, I can't even say the right names.
Well, I don't have much use for it. Do you want it?
Yes.
She hands you the photo.
Wow. Okay. And is it obvious to me that like Pharos is standing next to my mom?
He's in the middle on a stool. So the pose they're in, Pharos is standing on a stool in the middle of Titus and Mira.
Right.
And they're all smiling. They're raising mugs. You see Pharos and Titus are raising mugs. Very cheerful, happy. Looks like they just cheered. And Mira is smiling, holding a white lily in her hands as she's like not partaking in drinking, but is also celebrating with those two. And you all look very close. It's like the most basic version of a selfie you could possibly think of. A magical selfie, if you think, if you will. It's like really up close, and they're all very happy.
Oh, wow. I don't know exactly what this means for me, but I'll take it with me and show my dad. I'll show Titus and my mom. Thank you for showing me this, Numi. This means a lot.
Meh. You see Sid is like,
oh, hey, Sid.
like just trying to comfort you. He feels what you're
Thanks,
feeling,
buddy. Thanks. Oh, all right. Numi, listen, obviously I would love to stay here longer, but I hope you understand with everything going on, I'm going to have to leave with Armos and Drell and figure out how to stop this from happening everywhere.
Yeah, I figured as much. And you see that like she kind of kicks like a metaphorical rock on the floor, and she seems like a little sad, but this is we have a lot to do here too, and I'm glad I've met you.
Right back at you. And maybe we could do journal stuff together sometime.
Yeah, that sounds awesome. And she turns around and she gets like a really nice journal from behind. She goes, "I keep the good ones, in a safe spot. So luckily it wasn't damaged too much from the water. But here," and she hands you like this beautiful woven bound journal. And it is like thick. It has so many pages, and you go to open it, and like some of the pages expand to like a much larger page, like they're folding in on themselves already. So like you could draw like a very detailed map and fold it back up into the page. And the back, not only does it have like a little strap to help keep it closed, and an additional bookmark on the top from where you left off, but it also has a folder in the back for loose notes.
Oh my god. This is the best gift I've ever received. Oh my god. It's got, how did they fold the leather? Did you make this?
Yeah. I'm gonna have like a few on hand of those, and I have 3, and that's one of my best works.
It is. I'd like to give you something as well.
Oh.
I don't want to give this up, but Mira, please take this as a token of my gratitude for you helping us and for everything you've offered here. And I give her my bandana.
What bandana?
The bandana from the Shadow Smugglers.
Yeah, what does that do? I just need to make sure you understand what you're giving up.
I know. It's the +5 sneak bandana.
She holds the bandana, and she sees that like it's a little sweaty.
Yeah. I was just in a fight.
And she holds it, and she doesn't like wrap it around her forehead as she would. You see that she like folds it nicely, and she's like rubbing it in her hands, like she's rubbing her thumb up and down the cloth of it. It's like giving her some comfort, and she's like holding it close and dear to her. And then she smells it. She goes, "Ooh, whew."
Well, yeah, watch it. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely been through. Looks like it's been through it, but ooh. And then you see like she jumps like left to right, be like, oh, a little energetic. As it has some like capabilities within it. And she goes, "Thank you. I will cherish this." And you see that she's like really admiring it.
Well, keep that with you and know that I'm here in spirit. I'll come say goodbye before we leave, but I'm gonna meet up with Armos and Drell to make sure they're okay and we get a plan together.
Okay. I'm gonna help out over here and then make sure my father's okay. And right. And then she was about to say mother and realizes that there's a dark memory attached to it. And she goes, "I'm gonna go check in on my father and then see if our home is okay and then continue helping out." Something tells me it's not gonna be the smoothest of nights, but I did see some people go over to the tavern. It looks like the hostel is still open. And it looks like some people are taking in extra family members into their homes. So I think you'll be able to find a place to stay tonight. But yeah, I'm gonna go help out around town. Thank you so much.
Yeah, see you soon. And I awkwardly like lean up to hug her.
She gives you that awkward hug back. She matches your energy. But like you could tell that like she's not weirded out. She's blushing. Like she doesn't know what to do. You know?
Yeah. All right, see you soon. And I run to find Armos.
And you run out of the store. Armos is help cleaning rubble where he can. And Drell, you're, for lack of better words, in okay shape. But you have the benefits of a short rest, and you are able to walk around and do stuff if you like. And the three of you meet back up. We'll say at the Great Library for now. That seems where a lot of people are meeting.
My way to pick up Armos, I do stop. I'm like, "What have you done with Armos? Who are you?" As he's helping the townspeople.
Look, I'm just, let's not talk about it. Let's go.
Okay. Well, I like this side of him. Sid. Yeah. Let's hope this is here to stay. Don't say anything.
You see that Sid is like mimicking Armos, like he's putting his hands up to mimic horns and like stomping around like how Armos would act, and now makes like a holy symbol with it. Like he's had this sudden change.
Might be getting ahead of ourselves. All right. And I continue on.
And the three of you meet up at the Great Library. What are the three of you discussing?
So, what's it like to die?
Excuse me.
How was that?
That's extremely personal. And
Did you have any visions?
nope,
No? Oh, okay.
nothing.
Just nothingness, huh? Damn.
Yeah, nothing. It was weird. Yeah, it's almost like there's just nothing after life. It just all did. Nothing happened. Totally nothing at all.
Drell, stop it. Why are you sick?
What?
What's going on there?
Why am I what?
We know you're sick, Drell. Stop it.
It's
Stop
just
the
a
act.
cold, Minnis. Gosh.
You're dying. Don't
Everyone's
say
dying.
that.
Everyone's dying.
You're literally dying faster, though. I can't take it.
Die one time.
Okay. It's this thing called frost rot, okay? And apparently it happens when, people like me go into, like, I don't know, a rage, you could say. And, it makes you sicker and sicker and sicker. And apparently I got it from my dad, so I get to just thank him, apparently.
So every time you go into a rage, it makes it worse?
That's pretty much what I got from it, yeah.
He's doomed! Oh no! There's no saving him.
And then I guess I kind of just go into like the details of pretty much everything I know, and I show them like the frost root stuff that I've been eating. And
right after the story, Minnis puts one more tissue onto a huge tile of tissues. Oh, okay. All right, well, We'll try and figure it out, Drell.
Yeah,
We're here for you, man.
Yeah, it'll all work out. Just, trying to figure it all out still myself, so.
Yeah, maybe just try and not get so mad all the time.
Oh, yeah. All right, Minnis, you try not breathing.
I can do that.
Well, that was also hypothetical. You definitely need to breathe. No, Minnis, breathe.
That was harder than I thought. That was harder. I know, you're right. How you doing, Armos?
I don't know how I feel about this, and I kind of looking at the Reginald gem. Kind of feel bad for him. He gave me a lot of powers, which was really cool. He had he had a little something about him that wasn't the worst.
Yeah.
And now we're left with this.
One of the Sids is hugging your boot.
Ah.
Meh, meh, meh.
I knew you actually liked Reginald Sid.
Meh.
Was that a meh?
Meh.
I think it was.
Yeah.
Wait, you can still do spells and stuff though, right?
I don't feel as strong.
What? What do you mean?
I mean, I hold up my book. See this, and I hold the Reginald gem and this. These were a lot of the powers, and now I don't know. I don't know what I can and can't do.
I hold up Sid. Here, hurl Sid through hell. Don't worry, Sid. You'll be back soon.
Yeah. We may want to wait on that one. May want to wait on that. Armos is very not going to waste any more spells ever again kind of feeling at the moment. After the Christo thing.
So what? I mean, you can feel it out maybe. Do you know what you can still do and what you can't?
I'm still trying to figure it out at this point. I feel like there are a large portion of the things I normally do are gone.
Make a Arcana check as you are now examining your tome, trying to connect to the source of power.
Oh my goodness. I got a 12.
A 12. Good. You needed a 10. That was the DC. Whenever you use a spell that's labeled as a pact boon or any spell that was granted to you from the Fiend spell list, you have to roll a D100 or something happens. This is because you don't feel a strong connection. All of your innate abilities and warlock spells that you learned from being a caster are still strong within you, but the more of the stuff that you use on a daily basis seems to be weakened. Your stronger spells. And you'll have to roll a D100 as your abilities for your pack magic are unstable because they are powered through Reginald, and Reginald is in this current state. He's not in his normal form. He seems like he's being smothered, and Eldritch Blast is disabled for the time being.
Okay, well, you can't. Well, I know you've gotten over stuff over on patrons before. Why don't we just get you a new patron, huh? We can do that, right?
I mean,
You just want to replace Reginald?
yeah. What happened to best friends? Hang on. Where's your notebook?
We got to figure out how to fix
you got a
this.
fancy new notebook, and all of a sudden you don't even remember your friends anymore.
Oh, we gotta fix you first.
Yeah, let's. Minnis has gone through a lot. All right, come on. Let's just.
My dad was a god.
Wait, what?
My dad. And I just show him the picture. I just say that and show him the pic.
Oh shit.
Or something like that. I don't know if he was a god.
So your real dad's cool, but your stepdad sucks.
Yeah. Rough day.
That is actually insane.
Wait.
I hold it up next to myself. I mean, do you see the resemblance?
Not really, but
no, not between me and Titus. Between me and the goat guy.
Oh. I look at Armos and I shake my head no.
Anyways,
we're just gonna brush over that real quick. So wait, what happened? Why is angry step dad yelling at you? What is going on here?
I don't know. This is all a lot. No, it's all new to me, Armos. I don't know. I'm figuring it out. We'll figure it out next time I talk to my dad. I mean, my stepdad. I mean Titus.
As I take the picture and look at it, and I'm like, oh.
What do you mean, oh?
So
don't say oh.
and I kick a metaphorical rock on the ground.
Sid rolls over.
So this is your dad? Are you sure?
I mean, looking at the picture and what's written on it, and I kind of saw a vision when we were in Shadowfell that I didn't tell you about yet.
Oh, okay. Oh, good. We're coming clean on visions that we saw and that we haven't told each other. Please, you go first.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Oh, you got one too. Okay. Yeah, so mine, basically, I overheard them talking, and he was telling Titus to take me away. And I mean, with the picture now, it's confirmed. I kind of thought, but now, yeah, I think that might be my dad. I don't know what happened to him, though, or where he is.
Yep, definitely sounds like your dad.
He could be dead.
Okay. Drell, did you have any visions you want to come clean about real quick while we're sharing?
No, I'm good.
Maybe he's in a cabin.
No. Oh, no?
No, good.
Okay, well then...
Maybe there's hints around the town.
I'll go next.
Okay, yeah. Take my mind off of my dad. Yeah.
When I completed the bridge, a crystal parted the clouds and may have showed me your dad getting drained of all his energy.
I pass out.
Okay, so maybe we need to run these visions by each other before we just start sharing. This is a lot of heavy loads that you guys are sharing right now.
Minnis hits the floor and all these SIDS roll out of his pocket.
Yeah, you see a bunch of SIDS fly in the air.
I give Drell like a just hands up, like I don't know what to do. Rip the band-aid off, bud.
The SIDS form behind me and lift me up. I'm like, my dad's alive, but he said, oh my god.
He is a god.
Oh my god, literally my god.
Yeah.
Oh, why'd you bring it up?
Oh, too soon, sorry. So, Bayloon, huh? I guess that's our next place, huh? Gotta figure out that. I'm gonna be honest, guys. Things are kind of crazy right now.
Yeah. A lot of stuff happening.
So Drell's was dead / dying.
Yeah, I mean that, kind of, yeah.
I'll enroll you in anger management classes, Drell, don't worry.
Wait, does that make Drell undead at this point?
Oh.
We'll cross that bridge later.
Let me turn undead real quick and we'll see if Drell goes away from me, all scared.
Or, we could just leave it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you sure? And my feather's glowing in my hand. Oh, all right, put it back in my head.
Yep. Let's just take time out from that.
All right, listen, we need to, in my eyes, A, figure out how to get Armos his power back and get him back up to speed. Or B, we need to go find Drell his dad's weapon.
Yeah.
Maybe? How many of them letters do you got that you always send to your mom?
Well, I mean, I got a bunch here that haven't been sent, and then I've sent at least, let's see, so before Shadowfell, all the ones I wrote in Shadowfell, after Shadowfell. So I probably wrote in total about 295 plus the 7 in my journal right now.
But what's the little, what is he? He's not a raccoon. What?
Oh, the special envelopes? We got 8 left.
Well, we might want to send one, letting them know, hey, cat's out of the bag.
Yeah, that sounds like a really good recap episode that I should write to my mom for sure.
In about two episodes,
Yeah.
Episode 100.
I couldn't fucking help myself.
Oh, this fuck. You fuck.
Yeah, we got 8 left, so that's definitely what we should do.
Yeah, so if you write to her, let her know, and then see if they send anything back. Hopefully, maybe they could be more descriptive of hidden helmets, I don't know, past things we should know. Don't get blindsided by crazy hydras.
Yep. Yeah.
Maybe put all the cards on the table. You know what I mean?
Oh, wait a second.
Yes.
Hold on a second. And I pull out my dad's letter.
You look at the note describing the Hydra, and then when you look at the note, it does not have this accurate description or this jumbled description that you kept seeing before. Whenever you went to go reference it, you see it almost troubled handwriting, as if a toddler wrote it, scribbles. You could kind of make out some of the words, but it says, "Leave this place. Find the truth in the Kambuki Isles. Look for San Lo." And it's like scribbled in, and like the paper is like ripped and torn from like the quill piercing through it. You actually see some like blood stains, and like someone who was writing this note was like having an extremely hard time trying to send a warning, almost like he was trying to write it with a broken, bloody hand. It looks horrifying. And at the bottom it says, "Find Pharaohs."
This is not what I remember. Yeah, I think my dad, Titus, I think he was trying to warn me all along, but I couldn't see it. Yeah, I think my dad might have more answers for me than I could even imagine. So, oh goodness. Enough about me. Drell, Armos, what do you want to do?
I don't know. Well, I don't know. As much as I want to go find my dad's weapon, I think what we need to do is try to fix Armos and Reginald. I feel like getting Armos back up to full power is, like, if he's feeling weak, we're not going to be, we need all the strength and power we can get right now, especially now that Cristo's back. So we got to figure, that's my vote, is we try to help Armos and Reginald.
All right. Armos?
Sid hugs your foot.
Drell lets it happen.
It's the heavyset one.
Oh, fuck. Ow, that's my toe.
I don't know where to start with this, and I'm like looking for like clues in my book or like trying to
Someone tell me
rehash.
where a minus is?
What? What is that? I look around.
Will you hear something, Armos?
You hear through the commotion of the people walking around outside, going back and forth. You hear somebody shouting out in a soft New Zealand style accent.
Yes, I am looking for a minus a rocker, PebbleWalker.
He's over here.
Yeah, I got a 6 on my perception.
You didn't even need to roll, but you look over and you see a small red panda with a giant fluffy raccoon tail with a sash around with a little mailbag that says the FFCS.
Hey, yo!
I am looking for a Minnis PebbleWalker.
Over here! Hey, buddy!
Oh, yes. And you see that he's like hopping over the rubble and destruction, running into the Great Library. You hear him pitter patter.
Yes. Are you a Minnis PebbleWalker?
I feel like we have this conversation every time.
I see a lot of people and a lot of customers. Some of them are reoccurring.
That really hurts, AO. That really hurts. And I take the paper.
Oh, we have met. Okay, I'm sorry. I also have to remember the name of my 43 kids, so it's kind of hard to remember acquaintances.
I remember all your kids as well.
That is great.
I remember Jubila. I remember Johnny. I remember Chartreuse. I remember Farnar. I remember, it was weird because I know a Farnar. I never thought I'd meet another one. And I know Shyamalan.
You see he's going through all his baby pictures in his wallet.
And I name all his kids. I have in my notebook.
Oh, wow.
And my name is, what's my last name?
You see his eyes like squint and he slowly go to the corner of his eye looking at the envelope.
Look at me. We'll work on it. All right, thank you, buddy. And I pass him a gold, or however much gold it is.
Yeah, so it's 5 gold to receive it, the letter. And he goes, "Would you like to send back for an additional 5 gold?" Yeah. And he gives you the letter.
Yeah, give me a sec. Let me see who the letter's from, and I open it.
Yes, and you see that he like hops over to the side and takes a seat on the stool as he waits. You get the letter, and it's one of these envelopes similar to the one you have. And you open it, and it's made out to the 3 of you. It says, "Dear Minnis, Armos, and Drell, please come back most hastily. Our recent discoveries
Learned knowledge and arrival of powerful allies have doubled our efforts and our goals. There are urgent matters to discuss. Signed, leading co-advisor Nihilus from Lord Baron's Divider. You remember Nihilus and her companion Mulan, the people who gave you tools when you were leaving the Lord Baron's Divider, heading towards the Kimbuki Isles back in Arc 5.
Oh. Okay. Well, I'll write him a quick note back. Give me a second. Spoiler alert, it was not a second. It was about 10 minutes of Minnis writing extensively.
Hello, yes, I have a lot of letters to deliver. If you can.
Would you just one more minute?
Yes, of course. Yes.
He says that about 5 times. All right, done. And I hand him a really thick stack of papers about most of the stuff we've been through, and obviously like alluding to some of the stuff here, but not telling him that we need to discuss things on our end as well, and that we're on our way back.
You see that he gets the letter, be like, all right, yes, that'll be 5 gold, please.
Yep, here you go.
Thank you. And you see that he takes the letter, puts it in his mail bag of holding, and he jaunts off. And you hear that he whispers a little tune, and then suddenly, magically out of sight. Blink and he's gone.
Well, maybe our mind is made up for us, guys. Looks like big old giant man wants us back at the Divider.
So, if we go back to the Divider, we're passing the place we need to go to for Drell's weapon. Am I right?
Yeah, but they're asking us to go back fast. Like they want us there tomorrow, you know?
Well, you wouldn't be passing it. That location's allegedly in North Trillis.
Past the Divider.
So we'd have to go past the Divider to get there anyways.
Okay.
I thought it was. Wait, I thought Allura was defending it.
No.
Oh no. That's where Scareus went.
But what was she defending?
The shard.
One of the 2 blue gems that you have.
We were supposed to get that and take it to him.
Well, when we go back to talk to Lord Baron, we can tell him that we need to bring things over to Scareus in the temple.
Okay.
And maybe he can help you out.
Yeah. I think that's our best lead right now.
Yeah.
Well, I say we set off
You guys
in
been
the first part of the morning. So if you have any loose ends, and I look down at Minnis,
What?
you better wrap them up, and I kind of do a swirl motion right above his head.
Why did you do the flanking hand signal?
And I start doing hand gestures like me, Drell, out of here, you, and I wave goodbye, and we just fade away as I'm waving goodbye into the background.
Thought we were gonna have a beer before bed? No?
I could definitely use one.
All right, 1 beer, and then you're out of here.
Out of where?
Well, you gotta go. We'll talk about it in a beer.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Perfect. Everybody's being weird. And we go to the tavern that is housing people.
1 round, Mr. Barkeep.
So the 3 of you leave the Great Library. As you leave,
Everybody's like depressed, and Armos runs in. 1 round, please.
As you leave the Great Library, you see that's like now getting well into the evening, and the streets are mostly clear. You do know that there are still people like doing some cleaning. However, for the most part, the path leading to the tavern is empty, as it's now getting into the late evening, around 9-10 p.m. So it's people are like trying to get some rest. And as the 3 of you walk down, you see a Minotaur staggering up to you. Ooh. Limping, bleeding from his mouth, holding his chest.
Whoa, you okay, buddy?
Whoa. And he walks closer.
I back up.
Yeah, I back up as well. Whoa.
Absolutely not. And I get in front of Minnis, and I'm like, what do you want?
You see that like he reaches you and he reaches out for you and collapses in your arms. And you see that you look at his back.
I wouldn't touch him. Absolutely not.
So you let him fall to the floor in front of you, and you see that as he hits the floor, thuds. You see that like a small puddle of blood leaks out, and there's a giant short sword. Giant. There's a short sword sticking out of his back, and you look up and you see this menacing orc in shadowy garb, and his red eyes leer through, and he's breathing very heavily.
I pull out my weapons.
Just in front of you. And he's like, You see his eyes are illuminating red. I'm gonna need everybody to roll initiative.
Oh, not again.
That's 18 for Minnis.
I got a 14 for Drell.
12.
You see as this menacing orc is staring you down, he is dual wielding 2 long swords, and he is staring at you, husking over. We're gonna start at the top of the round at initiative 18, which is Minnis and this orc. What are you doing?
All right, I'm going to use a 4th level summon beast.
Ooh.
And I'm going to summon a land animal.
Oh, a land animal.
I thought you did the bird noise. and I'm gonna summon a moose.
A moose?
Yep.
Summon a moose. Can I suggest a flavor to that moose summon?
Absolutely.
A bunch of Sids come out and take the shape of the animal you want.
Done and done.
Oh my god, a rock moose.
All these Sids come out of your pocket and they form the shape of a giant rock elemental moose, and it has all the properties of the moose because that's what the spell does, but they're just a bunch of Sids.
Hey, just a bunch of Sids.
You see as the Sid moose bellows.
It's like,
And just for flavor, I'm going to use my Writhing Tide bonus action as part of that.
And you float 10 feet into the air.
Yeah, to try and intimidate him. Like, step back. We've had a long day.
We had a long day. I love it.
Yeah. And then my animal gets multi-attack.
Oh, yeah. So it goes on the same turn. So what is your animal doing?
So I get 2 attacks since it's at 4th level. So it's going to roll a nat 20
Oh.
and a nat 20. What the fudge? I'm about to kill this orc with a moose by accident. It's not crazy, but for a rock moose, I think it's pretty good. It does 20 points of damage.
20 points of damage as the Moose Sid charges forward. 20 points of damage, and you see the orc goes and he gets like a brunt of that charge, and is like having some trouble getting the moose off him.
And that ends my turn.
We're gonna stay on initiative 18 as the orc goes, and he is going to attack the moose as it's right on top of him, and he is going to attack for 18 and an 8. So that first one's gonna hit, hopefully, right?
Yeah.
Okay. It's gonna do 12 points of slashing damage to the moose.
Yep.
And then you see off to the side, hiding within the tree line, there is another orc, and he has a blow dart, and he's shooting it at you, Minnis. Gonna take 2 attacks with a 9 to miss and a natural 20. Give me a Constitution saving throw of a DC 15.
I got a 10.
You fail. You are now poisoned, and you're gonna take 15 points of piercing damage from this poison
Missile
dart.
snaring. I actually take 5 points.
5 points. You take 5 points of piercing damage, and you are now poisoned. Staying on initiative 18, you hear commotion coming from the marketplace as the sounds of ravaging and pillaging is happening. You see some people yelling out like, intruders, there's orcs running around, there's orc, and like somebody gets cut down. Did you hear it from the marketplace? And then we're gonna move to initiative 14, Drell.
I just immediately want to throw my hammer at the guy that is through the blow dart at Minnis. So that's a nat 20 to hit on the first one.
Oh my
Let's go, boys. And then that is it's a 15 to hit on the second one.
Right on the money.
Nice. 39 damage on my first 2 attacks.
First 2 attacks, he is still up, but that hammer hits him, and you see like the red is shaking in his eyes, and he gives a orcish yell. He's like, "Roar," as he is like in this bloodlust, as blood drips
That's
from
a
his mouth.
second nat 20 on my third attack.
My
Lord.
goodness.
For 19 more damage. That's not actually that much.
You throw it, you throw the hammer, dents his head as he drops to the floor as darts just fall everywhere.
I just say we've had a really long day.
We're gonna move to initiative 12, Armos.
All right, so hearing that there's other stuff going on, did both of the guys seem as menacing as each other, or did one seem like
They look like they were uniformed. They were in uniform. So these two look like they were cloaked and sneaking around.
I'm just going to
What move will Armos do?
yeah,
Crossbow?
right. I would.
He has
rather
other
die.
cantrips.
Yeah. I'm just gonna firebolt. 17 hit,
A 17 hits with a firebolt.
19 damage.
Ooh, you see as the firebolt hits this orc who is currently wrestling with a stone moose. That is a series of words I never thought I would ever say. What else are you doing?
Just getting behind some cover for what's yet to come.
You hide behind some cover, behind some ship rubble that's crashed onto shore in the town, and we're gonna move to initiative 3. And out from the veil of invisibility, you see this elf with dark skin covered in shadowy wizard garb unveil himself from the shadows just beyond the tree line, looking over to you, and you see that a large flame is sparked between the hand and the staff as it grows bigger and bigger. Armos, you instantly recognize this as a fireball as it gets launched towards the three of you, and I'm gonna need the three. Ooh,
Please.
we're gonna roll that counter spell in the next session.
No.
Because I was gonna have
No,
you
we're
guys
not.
make the
Stop it.
dexterity saving throw in the next session.
Is it really? That's already time?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jesus.
Time flies when you're having fun, man.
Time flies when you're coping with trauma. Let me carry it. Oh, so many opportunities for raunchy Reginald jokes that I couldn't make them.
Heh.
Maybe we'll make them in the after show.
Yeah.
Yes, you are in San Lo, and you're attacked by mysterious orcs. Why would orcs be in San Lo? I mean, it comes out of nowhere, right? Where is this left field?
They were already here. What do you mean?
Oh, where are they? The dots are connected. You're connecting them. You guys are sleuths. I love it.
You
I
connected
love
the
it.
dot that was just said in front of you.
All right.
In San Lo, orcs are now killing people randomly. But the last time you guys heard about orcs is when you were in the hostel and when you talked to Riffian. Remember how
No.
Chieftain met up with some orcs apparently?
Yeah, I do remember that.
Oh, the plot thickens even more.
Which one's Riffian?
I don't remember.
The scholar. The scholar you talked to
Ah,
who led you to
yes.
the armory. Yes.
Oh,
Yes. Yes.
crazy.
Woo! Good session. Good session. I'm
was a
so
good
proud
one.
of you guys. Everybody gets an inspiration die for next session.
Nice.
Yes.
Sounds
Because
like
you
we
guys-
need it.
I feel like you guys coped with what happened really well, and you guys were communicating. It was really nice. Tried to communicate.
4 minutes.
Poor Minnis.
Poor Minnis.
Armos.
Poor Drell dying.
Yeah, but Minnis has been through a lot recently.
I've been through a lot.
Anybody got any comments before we go to recommendation?
Oh, I just have a wreck.
I also have a rec.
I do as well.
Me first.
No, we're gonna roll for a rec, and then we're gonna do the other ones in the after show.
Oh, okay.
We
We
One's
got
a
one
food
rec in
so-
every session. We have to keep these
Okay.
under control.
D20.
All right. Yeah, rolling a d20.
Oof.
Okay.
I rolled an 18.
Ooh.
Oh, fuck you.
Not bad.
Ugh,
Did you-
15.
Yes.
Plus my DM modifier, 30.
Miss Vicky's Baja Chipotle chips.
Oh, wow.
Now it's Subway. Oh,
That's
Oh, shit.
It's a very
like
interesting
Subway.
wreck.
Wait,
delicious.
so
Oh, God.
are they spicy with the chipotle? Or are they,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah,
so
they're
they got like a little,
spicy.
is it
Spicy
like
with it?
zest?
More
is it
zest than like super spice. It's like
okay.
it's tangy because of the Baja with the Chipotle mixed in. Miss Vicky's are like my favorite chips. They're up there.
They are very good. I will say that.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah.
They got the jalapeno ones. Knock my socks off. So good.
Damn.
Knock your
Knocking
socks off, dude. The
Yeah,
toes are
jeez,
flowing.
dude.
Damn.
Wow.
If they're
That's
in the
pretty
grocery
wild.
store,
Wow.
I will get them 99% of the time over most chips.
All right, Miss Vicky's, yo, if you want to sponsor us, we'll say, hey,
Yeah, hey.
knocks your
Hey.
tootsies out. You know what I'm saying?
All right. Great sewed. Great sewed. I'm very proud of you guys. Inspiration die. And we got a lot to unpack in the after show.
Woo!
Mhm.
We got a lot.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a juicy one.
I feel like
Juicy one.
Minnis was literally on an episode of Jerry Springer or something.
Right? Yo, this,
Is the father.
Yeah. Or
You know,
Murray,
it's
whatever
like-
it is.
I'll talk about it in the after show. I don't want to give. Well, all right, no, say it right now. Our podcast should be just like, it's like DND404 campaign not found. It should be DND404 childhood trauma.
Yeah.
That's just Dungeons and Dragons, man.
Yeah. Just funny.
Oh man.
All right.
Well, thank you for joining us. Thanks for hanging out, and we're gonna go ahead and send it over to the Patreon supporters. Say goodbye, everybody.
Later.
Bye.
When I'm not engulfing enemies in fiery destruction or deciphering tombs, you can find me here at Armos's Arcane Familiars Daycare, overseeing the most enchanted haven for magical creatures in all of the realms. Who knew that after a long day of casting fireballs, I'd be using those same hands to gently pat the heads of our little arcane companions? Welcome, adventurers, to the place where familiars can be nurtured, trained, and watched after while you embark on your epic quests. Now let's check in with our shadow smugglers, the elite training circle. Reese's once mischievous imp has ascended and become a formidable shadow demon. Its master over the shadows and deception now spearheads our advanced invisibility and illusion classes. A friendly reminder to keep the spectral shenanigans confined to the training area. The Dread's wyvern has grown 2 more legs and is now a formidable pseudo-dragon, which has been excelling at our aerial agility courses. Its fire breath has been a hit, although we've had to fireproof more than we care to let on. Julius Kendrick's owl familiar has transformed into a formidable griffin, whose commanding presence and keen instinct now lead our nocturnal navigation workshop. Let's make sure its predatory prowess is channeled constructively so that the session doesn't turn into an unexpected hunting expedition. Moving on to our Bloodshard Bandits mid-level mavericks. Tanner Smith, timid blink dog, has embraced its teleportation talents, becoming quite adept at our spatial maneuverability sessions. Remember, no teleporting into the staff lounge for surprise snacks. Aaron Drayson's sprite has blossomed into a dazzling fairy, illuminating the daycare with its natural luminescence. Gentle reminder, its enchanting glitter should not be used to disrupt other familiars' concentration. Warden's Quasit has honed its skills and becoming a protector of the peace during lunchtime food fights. Its newfound ability to emit a calming aura is invaluable, though we do encourage using words over magic consumption to resolve disputes. Next up is Sidget College alumni's The Beginner Brigade. Sakajawa's Curious Toad has learned to harness the elements, albeit with a tad too much enthusiasm. The Elemental Affinity course is thrilled to have such a dedicated student, but keep it indoor thunderstorms to a minimum. Punk's Energetic Rabbit is now an expert at burrowing and quick escapes, inspires our young familiars with its rapid tunneling demonstrations. Just a note, the vegetable garden is not a training ground. Saint Chaos's once mute raven has found its voice, or rather a myriad of them. Its Mimicry Mastery class is always full of laughter and surprises, although we kindly ask it to refrain from imitating the fire alarm. Finally, Humbrea's heroes, our stalwart staff. Pink Eye Pete and his trusty Dust Mafit ensures that every corner of the daycare is spotless. Isco Storm's Ice Elemental is a boon for our outdoor activities during the summer. However, we kindly request a limit on the spontaneous snow days. Johnny Tar and his dedicated healing sprites tend to the bumps and bruises that come from a hard day's training. Their restorative magic are a comfort to all, although bandaging everything in sight seems a bit excessive. Caleb Schneider and his band of mischievous pixies keep the grounds lively and clean, although we're still finding enchanted brooms sweeping the halls on their own. Armos's Arcane Familiars Daycare is busting hub for activity, learning, and occasional chaos. I mean learning. Learning again, yes. This is where familiars come to grow, play, and become the best companions they can be, and also learn to crush anyone that dares harm them. Okay, thanks, bye.